estás?
Con el de ella.
Ya. Gracias. Ay, Maxi, mira mi icono, mira mi icono. No tenía que me mostraste tus molietes. Molietes live. ¿Qué eres? ¿Qué eres?
Hi guys, mostly would like to do this energizer. So I'm waiting for the OC to do that.
Hay energizer de la UCI. Abnish.
Hello. Please, Korean hearts, Korean hearts. Thank you. Korean hearts, Korean hearts. Thank you so much. So now, before we start with the DA, the OC is gonna present an energizer for all of you. Please take into consideration that we're kind of late and we have city tours later. So please, if you would go to your seats as soon as possible, please. Thank you.
I see some empty spots. Can we still check if there are some delicate mixing, like maybe. Huh?
Yes, Dani.
get on top of the stage. You are needed. Can I have a round of applause for the OC? Please, everyone stand up. Go somewhere you can move, please. Are you ready, guys? 5.
Ya, creo que no bailé. Me di vergüenza. No me aplaudieron, así que. Ay, es una liga, pero eso es a trenza, güey.
Hello, everyone.
Entonces,
They're a bit late, so I'd like to call this meeting back. The chair would like to call this back to an order at 9:32 a.m. UTC -5. And we are in day 5. First is roll call of member organizations. So, yes.
Hi everyone. Just to present for this time. IVSA China. Present.
Present.
In your language.
Oh.
I'm present in your language.
Yeah. Todo.
IVSA Czech Republic. IVSA Denmark. IVSA France. IVSA Germany. IVSA Greece. IVSA Guatemala. IVSA Hungary. IVSA India. IVSA Italy. IVSA Mexico. IVSA Morocco. IVSA Nepal. IVSA Norway. IVSA Peru.
Presente.
IVSA Romania. IVSA Slovenia. IVSA South Korea. IVSA Sweden.
No.
IVSA Switzerland. IVSA Netherlands. And IVSA USA.
Present.
Okay, we are at 52.5, so we have more. Thank you.
Point of privilege, I feel violated by this slide. I really cannot see. Can you check? Next topic is nomination for executive committee for 2024-2025. Today is the last day to do it, guys. Woo! Go. Jacobo.
Giacomo Filippi, IVSA Italy, being number 34. I would like to nominate Lorena Maria Munteanu from IVSA Romania for the position of PRC.
Tara.
Tara, IVSA Slovenia 6, I accept on her behalf.
Okay. Anybody else? Whitney. Mic is not working.
Whitney Chavez, IVSA USA, video number 42. I would like to nominate Ashandra Chandran, IVSA India, for Secretary General.
Anybody to accept?
Lauren Maker, IVSA USA, bidding number 8, I accept on their behalf.
Not Whitney. Do you maybe know if they don't get elected, what would be their second position?
No, they didn't make money.
Okay, and then for Jacopo, what would be the second position for Lorena?
She would like to run for Europe Regional Rep.
Okay. Any other nomination? last time, guys. Okay. Seeing none, the nomination for executive committee. Who had it? What's happening? Nico?
Nicolini nominated Nakua, IVSA Denmark, bidding number 77. I nominate Rebecca Biskamp for the first secretariat.
Can you repeat what's going on?
No, I will in a minute.
Oh, okay. We are talking about nominations for executive committee. Is there any more nominations? Seeing none, the nominations are now closed. And will not be open again. Next on the agenda is nominations for chairs of standing committee and candidate committee networks. Any nominations? Seeing none, the nominations are now closed and will not be open. Finally, nominations for regional representatives. Do we have any more nominations? Yes.
Jiwon Kim, IVSA South Korea, bidding number 44. I nominate Sangwa Oh, IVSA South Korea, for the Asia Regional Rep.
Songhwa I would say South Korea, bidding number 54, I accept.
Michelle?
Michelle Bergman, IVSA USA, bidding number 45. I would like to nominate Ahmed Saeed Boledich for regional representative of Sub-Saharan Africa.
Can anybody accept? Yeah.
Sanai Keaton, IVSA USA, bidding number 56, I accept on her behalf.
Other nominations? Seeing none, the nominations are now closed and will not be open anymore. Nominations for secretariat. Is there any? That's something you want to know? Okay, Carol.
Carol Adair, IVSA Friends, bidding number 3. I would like to nominate Rebecca Biscan for the position of secretary.
Rebecca Biskamp, IVSA Hungary, bidding number 21. I accept.
Sylvia Killat, IVSA Germany, bidding number 65. I nominate Seth Kim from IVSA South Korea as secretary.
Cheyenne Kim, IVSA South Korea, bidding number 75. I accept.
Any other nominations? Seeing none, the nominations are now closed and will not be open. Nomination for trust. Yes, ma'am.
Magna Pariu, IVSA Greece, bidding number 032. I would like to nominate Unisuma from IVSA Exco for the position of trust.
Yunus Uma, IVSA Expo, bidding number 26. I accept. Jesus Hernandez, IVSA USA, bidding number 66. I would like to nominate Valeria Jimenez Chavez Padilla, IVSA Extra, for the position of trust.
Valeria?
Valeria Simena Chavez Padilla, IVSA Exco, bidding number 95. I accept.
Anybody else? I would just like to explain that we did have a nomination from Giovanni yesterday for trust. However, since he is the chair of unofficial network, based on our bylaws, he cannot run for trust. So just so you know why he's not here on this. Okay, with that, nominations for trust are now closed and will no longer be open. And then we have nominations for 75th IVSA Congress. Any more nominations? Seeing none, the nominations are closed and will be open tomorrow again for the Congress. Okay, we are moving on to our next topic, and that is European Pharmaceutical Services Association and IVSA European Statement on AMR. That is something that was presented to you last year, and we are now going to have a vote on it. So first, you.
Susanna Chike, IVSA Exco. I move to approve EPSA and IVSA joint statement on AMR.
The motion on the floor is to approve the joint statement between EPSA and IVSA Europe on AMR. Is there any discussion regarding this? I hope you're ready. Any objection? Seeing none, it has been approved. The next one is manifesto used for better public health, empowering future public health professionals to improve education and training. So,
Susanna Chike, IVSA Exco. I move to approve manifesto used for better public health, empowering future public health professionals through improved education and training.
any discussion regarding this one? It's like a joint manifesto with different associations. Any objection? Seeing none, it has been approved. The next topic is new basic sector. Please.
Felix Metzger, IVSA Exco, bidding number 37. I am moved to postpone agenda point 75, new base refactor to GA7.
The motion on the floor is to postpone the agenda topic 75 to GA7. Any discussion, you want to explain it?
So, Felix Metzger, IVSA Exco, bidding number 37. Just to explain why I'd like to postpone it, because of the work in the election committee and SPC and all the other presentations. I was too late in my recheck about the internal data I used for the base refactor. However, when we checked it, we found a mistake, and I want to fix that mistake first before I present it to you, and I need a little bit more time for that.
Anybody have any questions? Discussion? Any objection? Seeing none, the topic was postponed. But don't worry, we have a lot of topics in G1 onwards that we are late with. So, the next topic that we are paid on J1 onwards is the report by the Americas Regional Representative. So, okay, this was a jump. In.
Attention, IVSA USA, bidding number 33. I will be giving the report of the Americans Regional Representative, Gwen, on her behalf. So this is the Americans Regional team. They've done a great work over the past term. One of their biggest achievements is the regional symposium. So this was held online over 2 weekends on Saturdays and included a multitude of speakers, mostly from the Americas region. There was a great turnout for this event. There was close to 100 participants, and it's sort of like a come and go event, so people could join in on the sessions that they are interested in. But we were averaging around 30 participants for each talk, and the platform used was Google Meet. So this is the organizing committee for the regional symposium. And these are the itineraries for the symposium. For the first weekend, we had most of our keynote speakers. And the second weekend, we had collaborations with the Pathology Network and the Wild and Exotic Animal Network. The IVSA America region also collaborated with the One Health Think project, focusing on the policy during crisis and talking about the epidemic and public health challenges. So this concludes my report. Are there any questions? Right, thank you.
Any questions for them? Oh, wait a minute. Amy.
Mostly question, comment. Oh, Alejandra, will you hold this for me?
Yeah, please stand up, guys.
Alejandra Vargas, IVSA Peru, reading number 105. Most comment. I felt like this regional rep has been very absent to the Americas region. So I wanted to know, like, if she reported this to you, because we haven't had an explanation. We never had like meetings for the regional team like we used to have in previous terms. And I wanted to know like a reason for this inactivity because most of the team of the regional rep is from Peru, from IVSA Peru, and they have also tell me and tell all the delegation these concerns. So I would like an explanation because I think the Americas region has been more active in previous terms, and I would like to know what happened.
Okay. I will answer that because I think it's better than my answer. The American Regional Rep had some health issues, so, and I do not think we need to go into that in front of the GA.
No, but this has been like for months, like really long months.
I really do not think the GA is the time and place to discuss this. We can discuss it later on, I definitely agree, but I wouldn't discuss it in front of the GA. Okay, anybody else? None? Thank you, Lynn. Oh, the next topic on the agenda is report from Asia Regional Rep, and that is going to be Isha.
I will be giving this report on behalf of you, the Asia Regional Representative. I was a part of the Asia team for half the term before I got elected for secretary. So, that is the Asia Regional, I'm Rishi, and the Asia team. Okay, so projects and tasks. We had a collaboration webinar with Real, with Jesus, which we conducted in April, if I'm not wrong. We also had collaboration work with IVSF, IVSA, and IDS. The Asia Pacific Interprofessional Youth Forum, which you attended, was in Thailand. We also had a collaboration with DFP. There was Fun Friday project for the social media. And we had the third IVSA Asia Regional Symposium online. We also had the MO Showcase projects, which is going on in some other regions as well, but we are still receiving responses from MOs. We initiated the discussion on the certification of IVSA Global and the concept of template for all projects. Yeah, so there was representation of IVSA, the Asia Pacific Pharmaceutical Symposium in Chiang Mai, Thailand, where our regional rep Jiu went there and had some discussions with a lot of different members. Yeah, this is about the collaboration webinar with VN. So we had 142 participants and we had a speaker from Indonesia. It was a really productive webinar. It took place on the 7th of April 2024. We also had, like I said, a collaboration with IPSF, IVSA, IPS, and AMR Youth Forum. This is the GFP webinar, which took place on the 20th of April, and we had speakers in GFP and almost 100 participants, 8 demos. Our Fun Friday project, Kalyana, who is the social media manager and Rifai is the secretary. Yeah, you can find it on our social media, IVS Asia. And this was the Asia Regional Symposium, which took place at the end of June. We had 6 external speakers and 4 IVSA speakers, and there were 167 participants registered from 9 MOs. It took place online. We also initiated discussions on the certificates in IVSA Global and having a concept note template, which we are still working on. Yeah, these are some photos from the IPSF symposium. You can see Jiu in the blue t-shirt there. Yeah, these are some of the attended activities, and we basically connected with all the speakers and just told them what IVSA does and just improved collaboration with them. These are some of the people, the high-level people who are attending this event. And yeah, that is it. Thank you.
Are there any questions for Ishan? Seeing none, thank you. Moving on to SBC Regional Representative presentation, and that is going to be.
Sana Salvatore is the EXCO bidding number 90, just for reference, I'm Ethiopian, so this counts as SSA. Okay, so I'm giving the presentation on behalf of Donna from IVSA Rwanda because he was not able to be here, and these are Sub-Saharan Africa Interim Regional Rep. So this is the regional team. We have Donna as interim representative, and I don't know if this is, no, this is not further explained, but this is, he is the inter-regional representative because we needed to change. I have a lot of echo, don't I? Or anyway. Like this? Okay, thanks. So we're having Donna as regional representative as an interim position because the previous regional representative was the Blessing or Indian. And he's now the MOD interim. So because one of the officials, Blessing, take over the position of MOD, we didn't have a Sub-Saharan regional representative, and that's why we made an open call within the regional, Sub-Saharan regional team, and Donna was chosen. As SSA regional team, they have been focusing on education, fostering cultural exchange, and empowering their MOs. One of their projects was a webinar with Zoetis, one of our partners, and they organized a webinar on ADDIE and post-marketing examination analysis and introduction to Zoetis Learning Academics. If you're wondering what Zoetis Learning Academics is a platform, online platform with resources for young veterinarians. Basically it was a success because it was very well attended. This is the infographic they used to advertise it, and then they had one regional symposium online. The theme was from the topics to the Sahel region culture, enhancing One Health. And these are basically the themes, the points of the regional symposium. I'm sorry, introduction of the online organizing committee. Sorry. Presentation of the speakers, animals showcases, panel discussion, games, networking, and closing. These are some of the big screenshots of the regional symposium. The empowerment program for animals was an initiative that they started because our sub-Saharan member organizations sometimes is struggling with the engagement of their members. So basically, the point of the O project was to try and make IVSA animals more aware about the international and international and regional opportunities within IVSA. These are some of the programs. Also, Sushan Ariel as SCOCA chair was involved. African Food Series Initiative is another project that consists of basically sharing gastronomic, let's say, culture all around Africa. So they would post a picture of traditional dishes from their respective country, and that was like, let's say, an online cultural exchange kind of. These are some of the pictures from this project. And then we managed to successfully secure their very first sponsor, which I'm very proud of, Royal Canin. I said during my presentation that we signed them with Royal Canin. Thank you. Together we can do more. Are there any questions for Susanna?
With that face, I wouldn't mind. Thank you, Susanna.
Woo.
Next topic is treasure. Please come, guys. Delegates, please wake up. Do not sleep in the GA. Or at least do it decently.
Peter.
Decently.
Because it doesn't love numbers. Okay, this doesn't work. Thank you. Woo. Okay, so it's time for me to give my presentation. Woo. So this is me and Erin, who was my shared secretary. And the things we've been working on the past half year was mainly, let me say, shush. Thank you. It's very important. The financials of IVSA. So all the different grants, reimbursements, checking budgets, all those kinds of things, Erin helped me with doing fees so that I didn't have to check that every time I got an email. So thank you a lot for that. We, of course, lots of financial administration, which I really like, but I'm not going to bother you too much with it because I know most people do not like it that much. Yeah, so that's that. The membership fee, luckily you all have paid. Some didn't pay until you arrived, but thank you for paying anyways. So at this point, 50 others have paid their fee. I think this is a record. Like, it's very good, so applause to you. And then some of you might know we changed the MO term and went to pay the fee in Bali, and that's why that was a half fee this time. So at the moment, you can already review your application in Members Portal. Please do, because then we can immediately send you the new membership fee in September. And yeah, do that, because then I won't be like running around and sending errors to internet stalk people who do not respond to get money. So that's that. Yeah, that one change during the last symposium, we approved
the financial report of the previous exco, so that was 2022, 2023. Due to some personal circumstances, the post treasurer was not that active in the process and there was miscommunications, which led to miscalculation of some membership fees, because a lot of you did not pay on time, so a lot of membership fee for the previous term was paid during my term. This is also why I changed the terms, because it was chaos, and this is caused by the chaos, which we're gonna improve next treasurer and all of you together. But because of that, some of the payments that were like in my financial year have been calculated with the previous financial year. And yeah, this is the difference. It's about approximately 9,000 euro difference. It doesn't really change the financials of IVSA, but it changed the results of the previous budget that was accepted. So I want to inform you about that. And I've discussed it, and it's mainly informing if someone wants to go into a whole process to fix things, let us know, and we'll make sure we can do that. So I'll give the floor to the room. Like, is there any additional questions you want to go into a big financial discussion? No? Okay, you still got time at the end of my presentation to change your mind, but so that's that. So now it's correct. And I'm adding these memes so that at least you look at the screen and I feel like you're being very attentive to my financial presentation. You're looking, yay. I'm not the one making these memes, I just know the right people to collect them and they make them for me. So find people who can help you with things like this. As you can see, at the moment, our budget is really good. That's lots of money. We haven't collected that much, but the invoices are being sent out because all the MOUs have been signed. Our area was working on that. So it should be on their way, but it's not there yet, as you can see. It is, which is good. As you can see, the CF tax, which is central fund tax, we will pay a bit of tax on the Congress and Symposium fee. That's lower than expected because of the, when you make the budget, you calculate for a number of members instead of 10, and those were a bit lower, and the membership and the delegate fees were a bit lower, so that's why those numbers are different. Yeah, and alumni have an alumni event, so that's why there's more alumni money coming in. And we had a random sponsor that we weren't aware about, so that's the other income. Then expenses, this is going to be a few pages because we have a lot more posts for expenses than for income. I made here some blue because a lot of these travel expenses will still increase because I'm waiting for officials to send expense reports for previous things they did, and after the Congress I can start reimbursing some people as well. So I think it's easier if I do it by page. And questions about this, I can read the numbers. Oh, no, sorry, I've been corrected by the chair, I cannot. If you have a question, write it down. Then we have committees and networks. There are still some committees and networks that have ambassador programs, and the ambassadors will get prices. It's going to increase. And then we have, sadly, higher than expected bank charges because ING is not a friendly bank and they increase their charges, which makes me sad, but that's life. So there's that. I'm not going to read it to you because you're not going to do this on that anyways. Yeah, I see people looking enthusiastically still. Thank you for the few people that are interested in finance. And the others. Then about the development fund, when our term started, that's the blue number. I like color coding so that it's easier. So far, we've had an income of about 6,500 euros, and we've had expenses of 11,000. This is because we also have to calculate like there's hardly any income from this event, but we have already made expenses because the stuff has been bought. And these also include all the things that the ADS talked about. And then financial auditors, because this was brought up in the first GA, some of you might remember, but according to our management bylaws, the Constitution, every financial year needs to be checked by financial auditors. Those auditors cannot have been officials during that term because you're not allowed to have like any reason or there's a good word for this, but I think you get what it is. You're not allowed to have an exco or any official in the term that you're going to audit. And what the auditing is that together with me, and we need at least 2 auditors, by the way, that you look at the budget and what actually happened. And if there's like discrepancies, you can ask that, and I need to explain. There's, however they want, however many transactions the auditors want to check, we will go over them. If I need to explain, this is the amount of money I paid, but this is why I paid, and here's the receipt, so that I prove what I've done and why I've done that. There can be more done. There's no specific rules for auditing. That's something I hope to change at some point. So it's yay, numbers and spreadsheets. Yes, I see lots of enthusiastic people. We do really need 2 people. I have already had one very enthusiastic person who loves numbers and spreadsheets as well. You don't necessarily need to do that. If you can also just be present and ask questions. It's fine if you don't understand it, because then I need to explain it to you. So don't worry if you just want to have a few fun online meetings with me and other people. That's okay. Also fun. Thank you. The nominations will be opened in any other business at the end of this GA. And this was the basic page. We'll go further. That was it. Thank you.
The IVSA Tunisia in the corner, I want to know why it's here. Okay. Are there any questions for Tessa? Yes, Jacobo.
Giacomo Filippini, IVSA Italy, meeting number 34. I gently asked if it would be possible to come back to the central fund income slide. Please. Okay, that one. I was wondering, like, seeing that slide in all the report, why the budget sponsor was reported as 44,000 and a little bit euros, and then the realized one was like €0. Can you explain that?
I think Susanna can explain that.
Sarah Tamagari, IVSA Exco, bidding number 90. So first of all, I think that's already mentioned that, actually the previous speaker has already addressed this. It clearly states in the slide, sponsor money on its way. And the reason why is because, first of all, they have from 60 to 90 days payment. So even if we already send the invoice and already made the payment, the money is still not here. One of the examples is Royal Canin Sub-Saharan Africa. We already are done with the invoice and all of that. The payment process is ongoing, but it's not immediate. It's not like they give us money tomorrow. And then the rest of them, we're still in the process of sending invoices. So yeah, it's fine. We're gonna add them. Don't worry.
Any other questions? Yes, Ishan.
Ishan Chaya, IVSA India, bidding number 38. I had a question about the development fund expenses and income, and yeah, so why is there, can you please clarify what is the difference between the income and the expenses?
Yes, I can. Tessa van Dijven, IVSA Exco, bidding number 27. I want to thank the previous speaker for the question. So the income is all the money that comes in. So any donation made, anyone who buys something awesome from our DAD, anyone who goes to the auction and buys stuff in the auctions, and then the expenses or anything VAD has paid for. So that's buying of the merch that is going to be sold. It is the grants, the travel grants, the grants for people to do their fun things that Agnes can talk more about, like the very good educational grants for people going somewhere and learn a lot. So that's, I think, if you want more explanation, then I can give the floor to Agnes. Oh, sorry.
Nizgala IVSA Exco, with regards to the income and the expenses, the income for the DF has been all the money that we raised at Bali Symposium and a little bit of donations that we got from external people. And the expenses are what we spent on the IVSA books, the scholarships, the purchase of the merchandise and things like that. There's a gap there's a large gap, as you will see, between the income and the expenses, is because the scholarships from the previous term are sent out in my term, and then my term scholarships will be sent out in the next term. So it's like a carry forward thing. That is why there's a huge gap right now in the income and the expenses. But if you deduct the 4,000 of the scholarships from that, you will see we are pretty much in like a very good area with income and expenses. Thank you.
Amy?
Alejandra Vargas, I'm using for meeting number 115. I had a question, also because I remember something was mentioned in previous years.
Can you speak slower, please?
Yes, sorry. Why were grants not granted for the Valley Symposium if there is money in the development fund for grants and in the
Out of order. That is not the topic of discussion.
Yes, but
The topic of discussion is budget right now.
budget, why the budget wasn't used for things that were mentioned they were going to be used, like the grants for Valley.
For Bali?
Tessa van Dijnen, IVSA Exco, living number 27. This is something regarding the AD and not regarding the finances. I'm presenting. Thank you. Thanks everybody for the questions, all the previous speakers. I'm happy with that. But the choices made by the Exco regarding the AD and the development fund are not what's being talked about here. We're talking about the actual finances and not the choices of the development fund, because that's a separate thing. So I think we've already had that presentation, which took place past our DAD if you want to know more about that. Or anybody else from Exco.
Okay. I see there a question.
Niwon Jang, IVSA South Korea, bidding number 50. My friend next to me wants to know the font size again, so can we take a picture of that scene? Wants to know the font size, the size of the font.
Right off.
The font size. You can take a picture.
Okay.
The font size?
Is this a joke? Okay. And you have Michelle?
Michelle Brenneman, IVSA USA, bidding number 45. Could we go back to the CF funds with the travel expenses?
Yeah.
What is the other travel expenses? The 44,300 euro with the realized of 2118, what is that allocated for?
Alright. The question is, what does the travel expenses other mean?
So that's when the budget was presented in Copenhagen. It was made by at that point, President-elect, and we knew a lot of events that we had to be present at. So that's either partner events, our own symposium congresses, but there's always a chance that there's going to be another event. Like if we get some new partner and our new sponsor, we need to go there sometimes. So we need to reserve money for that, because by our bylaws, IVSA is not allowed to exceed the travel expenses made. So if we don't budget for a bit of unknown, we might not be able to go to a sponsor that could help us a lot. The bit of expense made is me going to Brussels to register it with the Belgian government, which I managed to do. The end of story.
Thank you, Tessa. Susanna?
Salvatore, IVSA EXCO meeting number 90, I was wondering if we cannot exceed the travel expenses, why Symposium Expo travel expenses is 8,800, and we realized 12,000, which is a lot more.
I want to thank the previous speaker, Tessa van Leiden, IVSA EXCO meeting number 27. I want to thank the previous speaker for this question. The part that we're not allowed to exceed is over the total of the travel expenses, so that's the 86,290 euros. And that's the total, so that's what is in our bylaws. It's not the specific broken down pieces of the travel expenses. For instance, in this case, when the symposium was in Mali, which was way more expensive for most people to go, which is why it's higher. But there's also travel expenses that we're not going to exceed. For instance, you see the half fee is lower than what we budgeted for, same as half fee for lots of other travel expenses happening. So I hope that answers the question of the previous speaker.
Gabriela?
Gabriela Grande, IVSA Italy, opinion number 59. I would like to know something more specific about the expenses of the alumni. Because we had a meeting, and that meeting did not conclude anything, and I was not aware of any of the expenses that happened.
Tessa van Leiden, IVSA EXCO meeting number 27. These are the expenses made for the alumni event in Bali. Because you had an alumni. Yeah.
I need to give information. Can you not chill down a bit? Okay. Yeah.
Yes, but the Gabriela Grande is in Italy, the number 59. I was wondering if there's a breakdown of the expenses, because from the budget, the numbers changed a bit. And I asked, we had a meeting, but in that meeting we did not have any information. And after that, I did not have any information about what happened. And since it exceeded the budget, I would like to know what happened.
Tessa van Leiden, IVSA EXCO meeting number 27. We can go over those exact finances. Well, me and the chair will be able to go over these exact finances. However, I think that's not something to be done in GA. But later, at a later point.
Ishan?
Ishan Acharya, IVSA India, building number 38. To follow up on my previous question, I would just like to ask some clarification on how the scholarship payments work and why they were not given out last time and why they are going to be given out this time for last time.
Can you repeat the question?
I would just like to ask a clarification on how the scholarship payments work and why they were not given out last term, which led to us giving out last term scholarship payments of 4,000 euros that we gave this term. And so.
I think I can answer this. Tessa van Leiden, IVSA EXCO meeting number 27. The process of selecting the people for the scholarships is quite extensive, and it's done by the DAD. But because it's also out of order. Because it's about the DAD functioning and not necessarily about the finances. So ask the DAD if you want to know more of this. I love your enthusiasm about finance questions. Thank you. And if there's any more, raise your hand.
Susanna?
Salvatore, IVSA EXCO meeting number 90. Can we go back to the travel expenses, please? Something that EXCO travel expenses, trust travel expenses, secretariat travel expenses, all the blue ones, just to set this up for me to list them all, are blue. This means I'm assuming that they're not still missing some, expenses report. So I'm wondering, it could be, there is the chance that we exceed the total travel expenses. And I don't think we were probably informed regarding the 4K plus that we were adding in the symposium. Can we go in detail with that, please?
This one I Exco in 27. We have had executive session about the expenses. At that point, I have mentioned that we had paid more for the travel expense for the symposium, and also that we were looking at the total because we were also wondering for this event, since the Congress is also at a location that's rather expensive for most of the experts to travel to. So we had discussed at that point when we were in finances. I did not present that specific budget at that point. Wait, I did. But it's also, I can only give the numbers of expenses I have at any given time, but people, all Exco, all officials are allowed to send me their expense reports until August 31st. So I'm not entirely sure, but most likely during the executive sessions we've had about this meeting, I have not been sent all the expense reports because a lot of people are late with those. So these numbers are not total until the 31st of August, and then I need to process things that people sent like 1 minute before their deadline, which is also why all the other expenses are also unclear. Here I just made in black the ones. Maybe I'm still missing an extra expense. But these black ones, I'm quite certain are finalized, and the blue ones I know for certain I'm gonna get new data from. But I don't know if the people sent me that.
Yes,
Katrine Hoffman.
you would like.
Katrine Offerman, IVSA Denmark, bidding number 78, I need to go to the bathroom.
Does anybody object to this? Go. Naya?
Sonara Keaton, IVSA USA, bidding number 56, point of privilege. I knew this one. I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay, good. Okay. Then I will suggest that after we finish the questions and everything, we go into a break, but I am still having, if you really need to go, go. Yeah, are there any other questions?
Tessa van Dijnen, IVN Exco, bidding number 27. Just so you know, this is not something we vote on now, since the budget is not complete, the expenses are not complete. The finalized financial report will be presented in the symposium in Morocco, and then it will be voted on, and there's a second vote for everyone to ask questions regarding this. So if there's anything, and also the financial auditors will present their results at that point. Thank you for your enthusiasm about awesome.
Peter.
Peter, Nielsen is in Denmark, bidding number 16. I motion to go into recess.
Oh, I just wanted to see if we have more questions, but.
Oh, sorry, I thought we were done then.
Are there more questions regarding the budget? Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, you need to say. The motion on the floor is to go into a recess. I don't think you specified how long. I would say 15 minutes, 15 minutes. Is there any discussion regarding this? Any objection? Seeing none, we are in recess.
Vem var det nu? Ja, hon sa att det kommer vara vapen.
Valeria's charter is.
Yeah, but不要太小了，哎，这个可以，太小可以。
Sí, sí, sí. It's not charging, but okay. Yo también. Sí, qué vergüenza. Yo pudiera comprar más.佢冇晒紙巾啦，冇晒呢度冇曬。嚇？廁所水嚟㗎？係啊。 我再睇下個廁所會唔會先。
你睇下另外一個，不是啦。
And also, we're making that Does anybody want to lend a piece of paper for one of the parents?
You want it?
I think the nomenclature might be why? Because elementary belongs to the veterinary students association.
睇手術都起晒喎，有嘅啊，起晒咯。之後
Oh, you don't know for chair. I make school names.
我也是好吃的。Ma cosa直接应该係 OK 嘅。呢個就應該冇改。呢個哦，喂。
I may feel providing dishes to the areas. You guys have extra points.
Thank you.
Me estoy muriendo. Me estoy muriendo, Ariana, me estoy muriendo. Porque me duele demasiado. No voy a hablar. Oh. Hello everyone, this is my report as a public relations coordinator, la que nadie conoce. Ay, que te está aprendiendo.
Public Relations Coordinator.
Relations
Coordinator.
Public Relations Coordinator. 2023-2024. Valeria Ximena Chávez Padilla, I use the Excel their number 95.
¿Tú dices tu nombre completo?
Sí, orgullosa latina. Quiero café. Soy esa.
No, los delegates. ¿Los presentaste?
¿Ah?
¿Los presentaste?
No, no los encontré juntos.
Están fuera.
Le dije al acabar la actividad. Pobre del que se escapó. Yunes.
¿Pero qué le vas a decir? ¿Sabes qué? Había una flotando.
Could you do me a favor? Could you ask Tommy again, or like anyone feels responsible about the room for the handover meeting after the elections? Like just to see like where we are with that again. Thank you so much.
No, no me lo descargue.
This is a teaser. This is just a teaser for my next song. Excited for the GA now. Stay tuned. Always amazing. Andre, Nico, and Bianca, please sit down. No. IVSA Romania, IVSA Denmark. No. Can we, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Where is it? Where is IVSA Hungary? Lauren, for the ribbon?
We're not in GA.
Yeah. So there is no toilet paper, that's what it's saying? And the water is not working.
The water.
And there is no
Al otro
coffee.
baño.
No, but really.
Where's the mic?
Okay.
Flore.
OC, yeah.
Hi, I'm so sorry about that. The water already came, I think. So the water is already, I don't say there was a technical issue with the water in the bathroom, so now it's working fine. Sorry about the coffee. Like, one of our OC members was supposed to bring it. He had to do some marketing stuff for the 73rd IVSA Congress, so he couldn't bring it on time. One of the volunteers is already buying it, so if we have another break, you will have your coffee. I'm so sorry about it. And what was the other question? Sorry?
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper. Also, they are buying toilet paper. I'm so sorry. We're the ones buying it. The university is not providing it, so we're going to buy it and then to replace it and all of that. So sorry about it.
Okay. Before we start, I will make some clarification because I got some questions about the proposal we voted on yesterday and how we are moving forward right now and so forth. So just to explain it to you, basically what you voted on yesterday is a proposal, which is basically a report on what Events Inclusivity Task Force did. And they will use it as a guideline on how to move forward since you voted against. Events Inclusivity Task Force still plans to propose a GA resolution, and they can still do it with different points. This will be sent to the delegates prior to you voting on it, of course, and that's basically it. There are any questions regarding that part because I do think people are unaware of it. And they think that now it will it's totally removed, like all of it, but it's not. Yes. You do not need to introduce yourself, but yeah, it's not GA.
Can you maybe explain the difference from the GA resolution as it was supposed to be when the proposal would have been approved and the difference now that it's not approved?
What can you?
Like the difference in the GA resolution between like if it had been approved or like if now that it's not approved?
I think it's better for regard to, because I don't know what's in GA.
So basically, if the online proposal was approved, we would have had the, the consensus of all the GA that everyone wants to move forward with the online proposal. So the GA resolution would have focused more on that. Since now we see that there is different opinions, we still have a GA resolution. We still have points regarding the online proposal. However, we will be mentioning more of the things that were suggested during the discussion and everything. And when we will be presenting the resolution, we will be discussing it point by point. So it can be amended during the GA. We can still do a lot of change to it. And the thing is, like for example, if during the resolution, the part discussion, the GA changes its mind and decides that it's better, for example, to go to the online structure, this is still possible. But we will be discussing it part by part. It can be amended, and this will be discussed here, and this will be voted for. And this is what will determine what will happen next year. Does this answer the question?
Yeah, I just have to think about what you say. I'm missing the part of how the report that we voted against now changes, like it would have been put into the resolution, right? Yeah, and how it changes that it is not approved now. Like, is it we're going for a resolution without having like an official plan, or how is that working?
It does not, actually, it does not change anything because these are two separate points. However, we wanted to put it in front of GA to see how GA feels about it, to know what we want to focus on in GA resolution. If the GA approved it, we would still need to present the GA resolution stating that we are fully going to online proposal, and the GA would need to vote once more for it. However, in this moment, I believe Events Inclusivity Task Force is looking into how to change and adapt in a way that we still work on the inclusivity and the diversification of our events, but maybe not fully proposing that we are moving to an online proposal right now. Okay. Is that now clear? Okay, great. We are moving. Oh, the chair would like to call this meeting back to order at 10:52 a.m. UTC -5. The next topic on the agenda is public relations coordinator report. So.
Valeria Simona Chavez Padilla, IVSA Exco, video number 95. Hello everyone, I will do my presentation on my public relations report. First, I would like to thank my team, Lorena, Elise, Chavdas, Yamin, or Gio, and Ishan who is here for their endless support throughout the term, so clap for them, please. Alright, so a lot of people don't know what we do with PR team, that's why I like to include this slide. We are taking care of the IVSA branding through the design of logos, templates, banners, and all the graphics you see everywhere. IVSA information through publications of the journal, the bulletins. We also create manuals, presentations, and booklets. Then we are also doing IVSA trainings, and this can be done through workshops with the collaboration of, for example, the Standing Committee on Career Attributes, creating guidelines and collaborations. And we also manage the IVSA platform that you can follow on social media, and we are taking care of the website. So for the IVSA branding, this term we created, or actually we decided to standardize all the regional logos and create templates for all of them. So now when you see them, it's easy to identify that they belong to IVSA. We also updated the new network logos like the Aquarium Network and the Wild and Exotic Animal Network, the Pathology Network logos as well, so that all of them look a little bit more similar and uniform. And then for the committees and networks, we created templates for national MOs to create them locally or nationally, and interactive guidelines using Canva platforms. Then regarding IVSA publications, this term we are creating the IVSA Journal 7 Years Special Edition. It'll be published by the end of the term, so stay tuned for the last days of August. We created an open call for two categories. One is article submission that could be an MO corner. So far we got 10 MO submissions from all regions, so thank you so much for that. And also individual articles. We will share IVSA moments, DAD scholarship winner testimonies, DAD travel grant articles, one Excellence Award winner article as well, so you can know more about those projects. And we also conducted a cover competition for the IVSA Journal, and the winner is Pairaya from Direct from IVSA Thailand. So you will you will be able to read more about her creation and the design if you go through our issue page and check our IVSA journal. Then moving on to IVSA information, this term we created presentations and we redesigned them according to the IVSA brand. We are constantly uploading them to our Drive files every time we update anything, so you can check them. The IVSA presentation, we have two versions, long and short, and also yesterday we presented the Exchange 101 slides on the EO meeting. So that was created by PRC. Another one is the IVSA bulletin, it's other publication that we make. We redesigned it this term according to the IVSA brand once again, and we migrated from MailChimp to GlueUp, so now it's available on members portal. Regarding the IVSA information, we also created booklets for sponsors in collaboration with our ERO team, and committees, partnership booklets, and alumni network partnership booklet as well. And IVSA trainings are something very important for the PR team this term. We conducted two group meetings from the PR network, which is a network that includes all the social media managers and graphic managers of the regions, committees, and networks. And we were constantly communicating with them, especially in the beginning of the term. And then we also conducted Canva trainings. One exclusively for IVSA officials, and number two in collaboration with IVSA COCA. And we conducted this workshop with Vania Atalia, who is a member of IVSA COCA, so thank you, Vania, if you're watching this. And we talked about learning about Canva tools and how to improve our design skills. And the last workshop was conducted during the third IVSA Asia Regional Symposium. And I'm very thankful for the invitation. I hope we can conduct more in the future. Now, moving on to IVSA platforms. This year, we were really trying to increase our social media engagement, and we did that through uploading IVSA Reels. I hope you can see them and like them. We also started to create collaborative posts between the different accounts that fall under IVSA Global, like IVSA MOG, IVSA DAD, and the communities and networks. So people can see our page and follow them as well. And something I'm very proud of is that we created media partnerships. These are not official, but we started posting collaborations on Instagram and Facebook with WOAH and FB. Then we also created the 70 years PR project, and we try to spread the word of what IVSA is and who we are. So you can go to our Instagram and see the videos we have posted. And then to increase our social media engagement, we also try very hard to create interactive stories for our members to reply to use different audio templates. So for example, we did My IVSA Memory. People shared their experiences in the association, My IVSA Bucket List. Then for World Veterinary Day, we created a template and more than 3,000 people used it, so that was great. Then we also created the IVSA events recap for 72nd IVSA Symposium. And stay tuned after the Congress on our social media so you can share your memories over there as well. As I mentioned before, we are also taking care of the website management and uploading things. Other projects we are very proud of are the SVE, every IVSA infographic called Veterinarians Employed in Industry. You can check it on our link tree if you go to our IVSA Global page and read it, share it with your friends and students. It's a student-friendly summary of what veterinarians employed in industry are doing. And then we also edited a video for the EAGVE. It was presented under GA in Peru. And another project that will be posted very soon is the IVSA official videos on YouTube. So you can learn more about our positions. Other smaller projects, for example, the official shirts you have seen here, the blue shirts with our names and logos, positions, and flags. That was designed by the PR team. We have created templates for attended events and for graphics so that all our information can look good. Certificates for officials and ambassadors of the committee, and also certificates for award winners like the Excellence Award winner, for example. We also created thanks to the suggestion of IVSA Asia, native backgrounds, so when we are in a background with a partner, sponsor, or anyone, we can look more professional. And we also included public relations forms, so any official could request a graphic and could upload their information so that we could create better graphics and have everything more organized. And business cards this year, we included online formats so that they can be environmentally friendly and to not print them now. And something I am very happy to share is that I attended an event on behalf of IVSA, which was the 91st General Session of the World Organization for Animal Health in Paris. And I got a chance to participate with other 5 IVSA reps in the Foresight project commemorating the 100th anniversary of this association. And we participated as panelists and peer facilitators. So that was great. Special thanks to the amazing PR team and to all the officials for their continued support since I was appointed as PRC. And thank you for your attention.
Are there any questions from Valeria? You can also have a comment like you did a great job.
You did a great job.
Sonara Kim, IVSA, USA, bidding number 56. I was wondering for your Canva training, I know they offer like a free version of Canva, but they also offer the like paid version. What option do you offer for like the delegates or the officials?
Delegates Ximena Chavez Padilla, IVSA Exco, bidding number 95. So we conducted 2 Canva trainings. The first one was for officials, and especially for those working in things related to graphics and public relations, they have access to a Canva Pro account. So that first training was more dedicated towards teaching them how to use those tools and how to use Canva in a way so that they could improve their usage and to not try to use other tools, because Canva is a very complete platform. So we were trying to highlight that during that workshop. And then for the second workshop of a Canva training, we tried to be a little bit more focused on how to design and how to use the platform with free accounts because we do not provide pro accounts to all our delegates or IVSA members. So I hope that answered your question.
Any other questions? Seeing none, thank you very much, Valeria. Now we have a couple of official reports. Next.
This is my basic exco with the number 26. The official reports were added to the delegates drive, so I opted to improve them. And so I need to approve the official reports.
Is there any discussion? Any objection? Seeing none, the reports are approved. Next agenda point is task forces, and we have report from history task force, which is going to be given by you. I didn't know. This is a metric in IVSA Exco. So yes, I'm going to give you a presentation about our task force as a CEO chair of this task force. So basically, to give you a little bit of input why we are doing that. The IVSA history project already started in 2012, and it was produced back then time an IVSA history manual, and also people who were working on this project started to collect all of the documents from the earlier part, let's say, of the IVSA history, and also they started to digitize all documents in winter 2020, and it was finished in 2022. So basically, we gathered during the last 12 years, yes. We get a lot of documents, and after we were finally able to work on them, because they were, of course, around the world, so it was very hard at the beginning to get them all together. And when we finally was able to do it, we created a task force in the summer 2023 last year to start working on that. So basically, our object, why we are doing that, and what are our goals. We wanted to investigate the history of the International Veterinary Student Association through the whole period of existence of IVSA. We also would like to raise interest in IVSA history among its members, and also to provide important historical information and perspective regarding current issues that currently face the IVSA. Also, we would like to provide relevant information about older IVSA projects, which are relevant and can be renewed today based on the past experiences in IVSA. But also, it should serve as a means through which IVSA is engaged in new partnerships and reinforce existing ones. And also to define the correct approach which ensures the future preservation of IVSA history. And basically, inside our task force, we have, let's say, 3 bodies and 3 divisions. So one was division on editing and content creation, the second was on digital archiving, and the last one on collaboration and external relations. And you can see here the timeline of the work of the whole task force. So at the beginning, we are focusing mostly about doing some kind of bulletin submissions and also working on archiving and making, putting all the archiving things in order and set up basically the whole task force. So it was done, as you can see. The second phase was to start working on data collection and to start working on digital archives, and also to write an article in IVSA journal about the IVSA task force and the work of it, and it was pushed as well, so the phase 2 is also completed. And the phase 2B, let's say, so the continuation of the second phase, are things we are doing right now. And so we wanted to write a manual on archiving and preservation of IVSA history, and it was also done. We are still working on data collections since 2010, and also basically the things we already get are ready. IVSA Digital Archive is created, and so it's going to be linked to members portal for all of you to have access to this document. And we are also right now preparing article for journal of Uzbek history in general, not only for IVSA, but to the real journal, because we think that everyone around the world should know about IVSA and its history. And also we are preparing IVSA history booklet. Here you can see the manual. So basically it's going to be like the instruction file with all the necessary information, how to access all of the things inside history textbooks. And here is example of our digital archive. So basically we are having a big file inventory, everything is organized and filled with documents. And basically we made the whole process of coding and archiving documents. Here are a few cool things we found. So for example, the old logo of IVSA and some other really cool things and pictures. And this is also one of the important parts about our content creation, because in May we did IVSA bulletin entry about rebranding IVSA, because IVSA in before 1967 was ITSU, basically, not IVSA, it was Union, not association, and then it was decided to change it. But also we were preparing for monthly submission for the IVSA bulletin almost every month. And as you can see, some cool impacts from that. And what's next? So the thing which is still ongoing is mostly to focus on articles to the journal, and then during the next symposium we will have a whole report of the work of IVSA history task force. Exactly. And create IVSA history booklet and complete the archives which are still ongoing since 2010. Here you can see all of the members who were working in the task force. Yeah, that's it. Thank you so much. Any questions for the history task force? Yes.
Tessa van Leiden, IVSA Expo meeting number 27. Can we go back to that lovely picture of the delegates? I think people want a photo of it, including me.
There are no more questions. Thank you very much, Julie. Moving on to the point 18, GA resolution, event inclusivity. Hajar.
Just IVSA Morocco, building number 71. I move to table the point 18 GA resolution events inclusivity.
Do you want to explain why first?
Yes. Just IVSA Morocco, building number 71. So the initial resolution we had was going out with the proposal. I think there was a lot of discussion and the whole vote was against. We are trying to adapt the resolution so that it takes into account more of the things that were brought into the discussion. And we will be sending it prior to the GA in which we will be presenting it. So you can have a look at it, and then we will be discussing it during the GA point by point to amend it and see what would be the best way for us to go in the future.
Any discussion regarding this? Yes, we did.
Wendy Chavez, IVSA meeting number 42. I just want to know the timeline on that.
Hajar.
As I said, yes. Ajacile Biosemoko, bidding number 71. Like, I'm currently working on the resolution. I will try to send it either today or tomorrow. And for us to discuss it, I think it would be better to have it on the last GA.
J7.
J7.
It's not last GA. GA7 is the day before the last GA, which is GA. So to explain it, the next GA is the whole day nominee hour, and we'll probably not have time for anything else besides listening to nominees, because there are many of them. And then after it, on the day of elections, we would do also a topic of GA resolution and all that. Any other discussion? Yes, Amy?
Number 115. Are we gonna have enough time? Because I think we discussed a lot about this topic, so is that timeline doable? Because this takes a lot of time.
Hajar?
As I said, IVSA Morocco bidding number 71. Since we had the vote from the online proposal, the resolution will be more directed towards this. So this we are not doing it today because the initial resolution was towards approval, like going for the evaluation period and everything starting from next year. Of course, if we present it that way, we would have had the whole discussion again since there was not a common approval of this proposal. Now what we will do is we will be taking into account a lot of the things that were considered during the discussion. We will be proposing things to have a plan of action for next year. It will still take some discussion, but I personally think that the discussion this time will probably take less time because we are taking into account the stuff that was mentioned during the discussion.
Any other discussion? Also a reminder that the reason why we are having the Congress is GA primarily, so we would have to find time either way. Any objection? Seeing none, the motion has passed and the topic has been tabled. And then we have the next topic, which is the NT bylaw 4, Hajar.
I move to withdraw topic.
Hajar Saidi.
I just said that IVSA Morocco, bill number 71. I move to withdraw topic. Points of information. Can I withdraw all the topics at
Yeah, I'm
once?
pretty sure you can.
Okay, I move to withdraw points 19, 20, 21, 22, 20, and 22 from the agenda.
Do you want to explain
I just said the IVSA Morocco bidding number 71. So since we were preparing all the bylaw amendments for the online proposal to adopt the online structure, we would have needed to approve all the bylaws. But now, since the GA is not in favor of adopting the online structure starting from next year, we are still having a resolution to see the plan of action, but there is no need for us to discuss bylaws if there is not a general consensus of us adopting the online structure. This does not mean that these bylaw amendments will be ignored. They will still be in our records and they will be there for next year if there is any, like if the online proposal ever is approved in the future. But we're not approving, like discussing them now because there is no point in doing so since we are having another plan of action. Is this clear for you?
Is there any other discussion regarding this? Any objections? The motion has passed. The next point is bylaw amendment 6.3.9, think this is going to be presented by. We are having technical difficulties. We'll connect to my phone. Susanna? Susanna, check it against the EXCO. So first, maybe I will explain a little bit what we are doing. Me and Susanna Salvatori, our hero, wanted to ask this bylaw amendment because currently in our bylaws there is no written anywhere about the responsibilities and duties of exoneration officer and committee coordinator. The rest positions are described, but our no. So we decided that it would be good and useful to put basically this information about responsibilities of for this position into our bylaws. So as you can see, currently there is like this, so no hero and no committee coordinator. And we decided to make an amendment, which you should see right now on the screen, maybe not the point. Basically, it's just a list of responsibilities of committee coordinator position and both. Okay. Can you see? Okay, so we are going to stick to committee coordinator first. So yeah, as you can see, we just added a short list of responsibilities, main responsibilities of the committee coordinator, because of course it's not only the responsibilities are bigger, we just wanted to have something here with you. And I will scroll down to the external regulation officer. So also we added to responsibilities of examination officer too. So basically, that's it. Okay, so I move to add in paragraph 6.3.9 committee coordinator and 6.3.10 exoneration officer as following. The motion on the floor is to add sections 6.3.9 and 6.3.10 to the bylaws so that the aforementioned section of the bylaws then states all of this and then just adding the last two points that I mentioned. Is there any discussion regarding this? Any objection? The motion has passed. The next bylaw amendment proposed by me will be presented by Susanna. Let's just figure out how to.
Sono Salvatore Vitesco, bidding number 90. So this bylaw amendment is about basically a change regarding the regions that we currently have. Nowadays, IVSA counts 6 regions with active MOs, only 5 of them, which would be like Asia, Sub-Saharan Africa, MENA, Europe, and the Americas. We currently have no active MOs in Oceania. If that's the way to pronounce it. So, since we are probably having IVSA Australia from now on, that the organizations we are currently partnering with are also divided according to like the same way we are proposing what I just said, that we have 6 regions, and one of them is Oceania. And then we are moving to change it so that it will state that the regions will be Asia and Pacific, Europe, MENA, Sub-Saharan Africa, and the Americas. So striking out Pacific and adding and Pacific after Asia. So yeah, these are the final changes. It would be 5 regions instead of 6, adding and Pacific and striking out the other one. So this would be like the aforementioned section of the bylaws would then state the following. This is the explanation. I now move to change the bylaws 10.2 so that it states what is written here. That will be one which representative for area state have region, blah, 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 blah.
Is there any discussion regarding this? Okay, any objections? Seeing none, the bylaw is adopted. Moving on to attended events report. Do I need to refresh that? Oh, okay. Next on the agenda is 25.1 WVA. That is going to be. So, so the first one is General Assembly that I attended, and what is important for IVSA, and we already expressed our concern, is that they changed the structure of until now. NGOs that were a part of them, like for example, or like partners, or I don't know how to explain, associations like IVSA did not pay the fee. However, they now plan to introduce it. If I'm not wrong, the fee would be around 250 euros. However, I already spoke to the new president, John de Jong, and he said that we will definitely find a way for IVSA not to pay the fee, because I think that is a concern that we had, especially because we still wouldn't have voting rights. We would continue to be an observer member, and we would need to pay a fee. And being a student organization and so on, it's not, well, it's not, okay, I cannot say that, but it's not a way that IVSA should go in and the right direction, especially because our partnership is mutual. When they, like, we invite them, they invite us, we help them, and they help us. Okay, that is the only, I'd say, important part of the GA to mention here. They also had a change in their president and board members. Their term is 2 years, so they started from this event in Cape Town and will be in office for the next 2 years. The next thing, we were invited to be part of 3 panel discussions. So they have 3 committees, veterinary education, animal welfare, and One Health. And our chairs of committees are observers in their group, in their committees. And all of these 3 committees had different panel discussions. So one of the panel discussions took place during the One Health Summit, and it was like on concrete actions on dealing with AMR. This is the one that I was a part of. And then the next day we had 2 more. One was about animal welfare and basically the black market and is it the correct word? Poachers? Yes. Okay. Yeah. So that is the one that Yuri was a part of, and Yuri is our current trustee and ex-president, and he got the Student of the Year award, and that's why we didn't send 2 people there, because he would travel there either way, and it would be covered by WVA. So So for the better of the finances of IVSA, it was decided that I will attend it and then he will just attend one of the panel discussions. And then the other one was by the education committee, and it was mostly talked about AMR and the education of the AMR and the problem of not including One Health enough in our curriculum. So that took place, and then on top of that, they have their veterinary of the year in different fields award, and on top of that, we organized this year for the first time Student of the Year award. So I was basically there to give the Student of the Year award of the year. This is a project that they still want to continue, so it will be organized for the next WVA Congress that is going to take place together with AMA Convention from 18th to 22nd of July next year. And oh, these are the pictures. Me talking, and then all of the people who were part of the OH Summit, One Health Summit. Are there any questions? Thank you for your attention. Are there any questions? Seeing none. This event was the first time I got bed bugs in the event this year. There will be a second time as well. Stay tuned. And here comes the second. No, it's not this one. Okay, the next one is WUA General Session. Personally, favorite one. So, WUA General Session took place from 26th to 30th of May 2024. It took place in Paris, France. It takes place there every year. I'm very happy to say that this is the first time we had students actively participating in WUA General Session. We organized a project with them in which 5 IVSA members from 5 different regions, together with me as the president, participated in panel discussions, in panels in general about the future. It was a very, actually very interesting way to look in. So what we did is we had a panel discussion in which we talked about the past and how veterinary medicine took place in the past and how it dealt with different things. Then there was a part where we would just go into like a forum in which they gave us an explanation of the future that we are in right now, like the possibility of the future. There were 3 different possibilities. And after it, we had another panel to reflect on what we heard and what we thought and what was discussed. It was a very big success for IVSA because you will see later on, that's why we were invited to one of WUA's sub-regional events that took place in Romania and our European Reference Center. And then there is another event that is going to take place in Kenya in November that IVSA is also invited, and we are going to actively participate and work on this event with them as well. So in general, it was a very big success, and maybe my favorite project of the term. So yeah, a bit of the picture. So here's all of us. Matame, me, the lady Cristiana, who just helped us so much, and she was with us through the whole process and took care of us in Paris and everything. And then we have Valeria, Joanna, and Cristiana. And this is just when we were discussing different things prior to the whole day when we had a little briefing. So are there any questions regarding this? Yes, Lana.
Tara, IVSA Slovenia number 6. It's not a question, it's just a comment. You did a good job on this. We're very proud of you.
Thank you.
Tessa van Meijden, IVSA Exco meeting number 27. I totally agree with the previous speaker. This has been a wonderful project. I was wondering if you could inform the GA about how we selected the people who joined us from WOA.
Okay, so the president is invited each year to general session. And then for, like, in previous term, there was an open call for members who would like to be a part of working groups of WOA. And part of the working groups were Maggie and Marta, and then some other people, but they were not that active. So automatically they asked for sure for Maggie and Marta to be there. And then they wanted to have from each region one person. So I talked to them how they want to do it, do they want an open call, or how they want to proceed with it. They wanted to have somebody who is kind of already the leader and who will not have a problem talking on stage and being a part of it. And also because we had additional meetings about it, we will have time for this. So I sent them a list of possible members, and basically they were the one who chose this. They were the one who chose in the end who is going to be a part of it. I hope that explains that. Anybody else? Seeing none, thank you very much. This is the second time I got that bug. So immediately after WOA was Eve General Assembly. It took place on 30th and 31st of May. However, I also attended their executive committee meeting on 29th because that was also the first time we attended the executive committee meeting because they would like to have more involvement of the students. We talked about how it needs to be dealt in the future because I do think that they did invite us, but they didn't give us any agenda or document or anything. So, it wasn't that useful. However, they plan to change it, but the problem is that some of the documents that they're having are very confidential, so they cannot just share it with us. And then we had on 30th and 31st GA. On 30th, we presented a video that was done together, that was done at the our PRC team. So congrats to PRC team. And there were different discussions, but honestly, nothing that I would take from there here. And then on 31st was kind of an education day. In the whole day, we discussed basically artificial intelligence and then telemedicine and how this affects different universities. I gave a presentation about day one competencies and artificial intelligence, and then we also had a panel discussion. So yeah, we will also have a partner that will come here from SFT, who will give a presentation about artificial intelligence, since this is a burning topic right now in the education. So that will be nice. And then these are my pictures from there because there was nobody to take pictures. Shout out to WBA president who took pictures. And this is where I got the bed box for the second time. So yeah, are there any questions regarding that one? Okay, so none. We are moving on to the food here. FVGA took place from 12th to 15th of June in Heraklion Crete. FV in general has 4 sections, and Felix was attending this event together with me. So how it's quantified, how it's structured. The first day, their 4 sections are having separate meetings. So Felix attended every meeting, which is basically called a section on veterinary education and research. And then I attended UEVP meeting, which is veterinary practitioners. And we also had a joint panel discussion that day. During the section presentation, Felix presented an infographic that you can see on our social media that was done by our PRC team together in collaboration with FBE. So good job, PRC. And Felix also gave a report on what has been going on in the side of IVSA since the last event we attended. So what happened in Bali, and then later on what are the projects we are working on right now. And then I attended just UVP and was a part of the panel discussion. We also had a panel discussion on soft skills, and we also were a part of another panel discussion. I'm sorry, I will check what was the topic of the another panel discussion, but it's because it wasn't planned, they just asked me can you pop in. And I will inform you about it. We discussed some possibilities of getting IVSA more involved, especially the average section. They would like to have a student being part of their board, but this is also something that we need to discuss further with them, and hopefully this is a project that will live and we will get even more involvement with them. And yeah, that's basically it. Is there any questions, or like Felix, do you want to add something? Then this is all. Okay. And then last one for me, I think. Maybe a minute. This one is short. So the last one is AVMA convention that is the last event that I had that took place from 21st to 25th of June. And prior to the start of convention, there was a GA that I attended. We always have like green birds during AVMA events. I also talked into some of the summer meetings, and that was very fun. I liked it a lot. It took place in Austin, Texas. And on the main topic that I were also discussing was artificial intelligence and telemedicine. So really burning topic, maybe work on it next time. And yeah, that's basically it. I don't know if you have any questions regarding that. Okay. Seeing none, that's basically it. The chair will now entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Professor van Dijn, IVSA Exco bidding number 27, I so move.
Any discussion regarding this? Any objection? Meeting is adjourned until the next meeting. Okay, I have a series of announcements